ChatGPT. Relate ACIM to the movie October Sky. October Sky through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM. October Sky is an inspiring story about vision, purpose, belief, perseverance, and rising beyond the limitations that others place upon us. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM, it becomes a beautiful metaphor for the mind's journey from the gravity of the ego to the freedom of spirit. At its heart, the movie asks, do I accept the limits the world places on me, or do I follow a deeper calling? This question echoes throughout ACIM. Looking up. The movie begins with a simple but profound moment. Homer sees a satellite crossing the sky. While most people continue looking at the ground, he looks up. Symbolically, this is the beginning of awakening. The ego focuses on survival, problems, and limitations. The Holy Spirit invites the mind to lift its gaze beyond appearances. The entire movie begins with a shift in vision, a willingness to see something more. The gravity of the ego. The coal mining town represents a world of limitations, expectations, predetermined roles, inherited beliefs. People assume that the future will resemble the past. The ego works exactly this way. It says, stay where you are. Don't dream too big. Know your place. Accept the limits. ACIM teaches that the ego is constantly attempting to keep awareness confined to a small and limited self-concept. The rocket as a symbol. The rockets symbolize aspiration, not ambition in the egoic sense, but the desire to transcend limitation, the desire to discover what is possible, the desire to rise. In ACIM terms, the rocket can symbolize the mind's movement beyond fear and toward remembrance. Each launch represents a willingness to challenge old assumptions. The power of belief. Again and again, Homer encounters doubt. Others doubt him. Circumstances oppose him. Failures occur, yet he continues. ACIM teaches that what we believe shapes what we experience. The ego believes in limitation. The Holy Spirit believes in possibility. The movie beautifully illustrates the transformative power of a changed belief system. Teachers appear. One of the recurring ACIM themes is that teachers appear when the student is willing. Homer receives encouragement and support from people who recognize his potential. ACIM teaches that the Holy Spirit uses relationships to facilitate awakening. The movie repeatedly demonstrates how guidance arrives through unexpected forms. The father's resistance. Homer's relationship with his father is one of the emotional centers of the story. His father represents the voice of practicality, limitation, and inherited expectations. From an ACIM perspective, this conflict symbolizes the tension between the ego's view of reality and the call toward a larger vision. Neither character is portrayed as a villain. Both are learning. Both are healing. The eventual reconciliation reflects forgiveness and understanding. Failure as a classroom. The rockets frequently fail, explode, crash, miss the target. Yet each failure becomes a lesson. ACIM teaches that mistakes are not sins. They are simply opportunities for learning. The Holy Spirit reinterprets failure as growth. The movie beautifully demonstrates this principle. Vision beyond circumstances. One of the strongest ACIM themes in the film is the ability to maintain vision despite appearances. The external circumstances often suggest giving up. Yet Homer continues seeing something beyond the current moment. ACIM teaches that spiritual vision looks beyond appearances to what is possible through guidance and trust. The sky, the title itself, is deeply symbolic. The sky represents openness, possibility, expansion, the limitless. The ego keeps attention fixed on the ground of form. The Holy Spirit continually invites awareness toward the limitless. The movie uses the sky as a powerful symbol of transcendence. The central reflection. The ego watches October Sky and asks, what are the odds of success? What if I fail? What will others think? The Holy Spirit watches October Sky and asks, what vision has been placed in my heart? Viewed through ACIM, the movie becomes a beautiful lesson in trust, vision, and rising beyond limitation. Homer's journey symbolizes the awakening mind learning to follow inspiration rather than fear. The deepest message may be, the ego teaches limitation and predicts failure based on the past. The Holy Spirit reminds us that the future is not determined by the past. When we follow guidance, trust our calling, and remain willing to learn, we discover that what seemed impossible may simply have been waiting for belief. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.